What's good, YouTube? Teacher the Champ just dropped another video titled "Horrible Anime Dads." This need no explanation. If you know anime, you know anime be having some terrible dads. But for further ado, if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, check out the gaming channel as well. I am thinking about playing some Minecraft story mode in the future. So if you guys want me to play it, let me know. And further ado, let's dive on in.
Leave that fatherless, and I'm on to the next. And I ain't looking back when I leave.
Dads. They're either great and support their kids, and they are mostly there to protect and guide their child.
But pause. Man, RP my boy.
They're either great and support their kids, and they are mostly
RP my boy. What's his name? Huge? Huge? I probably pronounced his name wrong, but RP my boy, man. RP my boy. They did not need to kill him like that, bro. RP, bro.
there to protect and guide their child down the right path, to make sure they can have the best life they can possibly have. Or they're an absolute deadbeat
Yeah.
who hates their kids and should have never had the right to reproduce. And
Shh. Tom, if you know Full Metal, Tom Tucker. I think that's his name. Tom Tucker. Yeah. Yujiro Hanma. Endeavor, and there's many more.
when it comes to anime, I don't know what it is, but 99% of these
Yeah,
kids
and
can't raise a
son.
kid for shit. It's like they're allergic to being a good dad. So today I got a little different video for y'all. Today we're taking a deep dive and taking a look at some of the worst fathers in anime history, with an honorable mention. Because if I'm talking about bad dads in just animation, period, this motherfucker is gonna make the cut every single time.
Oh,
so we're gonna
Ozai
start from
definitely.
the top. And the lower we go, the worse they will get. It's like we're simulating hell for how much hell these fathers put their kids through. So without further ado, first up on the chopping block.
Oh,
Good
oh,
old
Gene. Didn't he leave Gon to become a hunter? And then, like, I forgot what season that was. He made a video said, Gon, do you wish to see me? I haven't watched Hunter. Yeah, was it? How? I forgot because, like, I haven't seen Hunter x Hunter in a while. I know Gene, yeah, Gene definitely on that list of bad fathers.
Ging. Now we're starting off with Ging because everybody else on this list is 10 times worse than him. But it doesn't change the fact that this man Ging is the king of the deadbeats. Like when it comes to deadbeat dads in anime, Ging is easily the first nigga everybody thinks about. And I mean, the evidence is there. I mean, we all know the running joke. This man dropped his son off at his cousin's house and named him Gon, because that nigga was gone 30 seconds later. This man.
Oh, that was his. Oh, because I think Gon kept calling her aunt. Oh, that was his cousin? I didn't know that. Because now I realized because Gon he kept calling her aunt. So that was Jean's sister. No, he said cousin. He said cousin. I don't know why I just said sister.
Is a stereotypical dad that went to go get milk and never came back. Bro
Yeah.
really dropped off a whole baby and the child support bill on Mito because he knew he wasn't trying to pay that shit. And I ain't gonna lie, if Ging was my dad, I really hate this nigga. Because if he passed this ziggity zag ass hairline down to me, boy, I'd be sick. This man deserves the absolute worst for making his son inherit this shit. But besides
Crazy
all
hairline.
this man didn't come to see his son or contact him for 12 whole years. The only stuff he left for Gon was a cassette tape,
And a
rusty
ring.
and a memory card for a PlayStation off of Craigslist, or a game that he created that you could die
Now I think about it, it is crazy though. Wasn't this an arc? That is crazy though. Like, cause I think wasn't Gene in this game? I don't remember Gene was it because I know like I think wasn't a recording said Gon, do you want to find me? And then they go into this game. The fact I didn't know this part that you can die in this game. You telling me you made a whole recording for your son to letting him know, asking him, do you want to see me? Knowing that you made a game to where you can die. Okay, okay, okay. That's crazy. And I don't remember. I think this was an art. I don't remember. I've ever seen Hunter x Hunter. No, I don't think I don't ever seen Hunter in a while. But I'm pretty sure this was an arc. I don't think was Gene because I forgot when do we. I think we meet Gene. I don't think we even meet Gene in this arc. Isn't it? I forgot when do we. I forgot when do we go. When does go meet Gene? I forgot.
I kid you not, the nigga deadass left a message on a cassette tape that said, "Hey, sport. So, you wanna find me? Well, I don't wanna see you, little nigga. Matter of fact, don't even chase me, little nigga. I'm gonna be so real with you. But, if you do become a hunter, then beat this game that I made called Greed Island. It's basically Sword Art Online. So that means, don't die in that bitch. Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, that's basically how it went.
Just died. But, you'll be fine. Anyways, though, you beat that? Then I'll maybe finally talk to you. Well, good luck, sport. But I'm gonna be so real with y'all. The shit that really pissed me off about Ging in the moment that showed everyone that this nigga ain't shit was when Gon was in the hospital.
Oh,
now, Gon was fighting.
Yeah, it was after he fought the that cat ant creature. I forgot her name. It was a P. No, was it? I forgot. It started with a P, and then was it Leorio told Jean, are you going to see your son? I forgot. Did he say no?
For his life after his fight with Pito.
Pito. Okay, I was right. I didn't know that was her name.
Did not bother to visit him once when he was literally across the street.
That's
cool. 5-minute walk.
That's crazy. You telling me not only did you put your son in the game that he could die in, you didn't even go see him, and he was 5. What was it? 5. Wait,
was literally across
5 minutes away from the hospital.
The street, not even a 5-minute walk. The lazy bastard didn't even want to go to the hospital to see his son that could have died. Like I'm telling y'all, when Leorio called this man
this is the scene
in front of everybody, it was pure satisfaction. Bro got on the mic and was like, I got a question for Mr. Ging. Hey yo, why haven't you gone to visit your son, you bum ass nigga? You deadbeat, musty, dressed in rags, bitch. You out here answering questions for people you don't even know. Meanwhile, your own flesh and blood is about to die. So answer the question.
Didn't he ask Leorio, "Oh, are you Gon's friend?" I don't have. If anybody watch Hunter x Hunter, let me know if this is the scene. Like this is what he's. Because then he asked. Didn't Ging ask, "Oh, are you Gon's friend?" I think he either asked, "Who are you?" or "Are you Gon's friend?" He said, "Yeah." They said. Then he said, like, I forgot what he said, and then that pissed off Leorio. He just opened a portal and just punched this man in the. Now, mind you, now Gene could have dodged that easily, but I'm pretty sure he let Leorio punch him because he technically was right. Bro did not want to go see his son.
Ho ass nigga, why have you not gone to see your son? And after Leorio called him out, Ging replied with, "Man, he got enough friends. He'll be fine."
Oh, well, something like that.
He wanted me to come in the first place. And the fact that this man Ging said that, does he even want me to come, while Gon can't even say that shit because he's in a coma?
Crazy. This is a valid crash out.
Lifted him out of his seat with a Shoryuken. And when this happened, I kid you not, everyone in the room cheered because they all knew that this nigga was a bum. Everyone was happy when Ging got laid out. And then the icing on the cake of Ging just being a deadbeat is when Gon woke up and was so happy to see his father. This man was crying and was so happy to see his dad. And look at this man's face.
Ain't no way, man. You know, Gon. How old was Gon when Gene left? How old wasn't Gon like a? Because like, how old was Gon when Gene left him with his cousin? I could have sworn that was a sister, but then I realized he kept that was his sister. He would have called her grandma. Would that be his grandma? No, would that be his grandma? Yeah, that would be his grandma. I believe, but he kept calling her aunt. But yeah, okay, so that was Gene's cousin. I could have sworn she said Gene was her brother. Maybe my memory, like I said, I haven't seen Hunter x Hunter in a while. That's Creole. Yo. I forgot. When does Gon meet Gene? Cause I don't think I finished Hunter x Hunter. Do we even see Gene anymore? Cause then like they had like that one moment up in the tree. I don't know, like in the rest of Hunter x Hunter, do we still see Gene? I never read the Hunter x Hunter manga, so he's probably somewhere in the manga.
Is this the face of a man that wants to see his son? Hell nah! He thinking in his head, damn, do I have to actually be in this little nigga's life now? And I gotta pay child support now? Oh my god. And when Gon left and said, "Can we talk again?" This man Ging was like, I don't know. And everybody in the room booed him, calling him a deadbeat and a bum ass nigga.
You know it's bad when the crowd is booing you.
But yeah, Ging is
it's sad when the people around you know how bad of a father you are. When they're literally booing you because you don't want to see your son. God dang, Gene. Uh,
easily the king of the deadbeats. But like I said,
and what's crazy is that too, because Gon, literally, the whole purpose for Gon was like the reason he became a hunter was to find out why his dad became a hunter and they left him. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, isn't the main reason Gon wanted to become a hunter in the first place was to literally find out why his dad became a hunter? Just kind of crazy that Gon did all of this just for Gene not to want to see him again. Let me sure. Am I recording? Yeah, I'm recording. Just to be, and it's kind of crazy we think about is that Gon literally became a hunter to find out why his dad became a hunter and left. And he did all of this first for Gene not to want to see him. That is crazy. That is crazy. This man Gene is crazy.
like I said earlier, there are dads 10 times worse than Ging. And next up is a dad that abused his whole family.
Yeah, Endeavor. Even though I do know that Endeavor had its whole redemption moment, and I do, yeah, even though he had his whole redemption moment with his family, that doesn't make up what he did to his family at the end of the day. He had his moment, but I'm not gonna lie, what he did, that can't make it up.
Oh boy, Endeavor. Endeavor is a great hero, but my God, he was a terrible father.
Yeah, a great hero. He was a terrible father and husband.
Now, I will say this. Endeavor, without a doubt, is the most improved father on this list. He's actually trying to do better. But the way he was moving before his whole
He is. But the way he was moving before, nah.
redemption was awful. This nigga was a piece of shit that mentally abused and broke his entire family apart. And this was all because he was a hating ass nigga. You see, Endeavor
All because he wanted to surpass All Might.
was obsessed with trying to be better than All Might. So when he finally came to the realization that All Might was just better than him and it was just a skill issue, he decided, if I can't be better than him, then I'll make somebody better than him. So this man went out and bought a wife so he could make a hybrid baby with her that would have his flame quirk and her ice quirk. He wanted to make a little half-breed avatar. And the first child they had was Toya, aka Dabi. Now, Dabi inherited a strong version of Endeavor's quirk, but his body couldn't handle the heat because his body was physically built to resist the cold because of his mother, not heat. So Endeavor considered Toya a failure, so he continued to have more kids.
Yeah, because wasn't he trying to find a child who could be, obviously that's what Todoroki comes in, because Todoroki can use both ice and fire, because he was trying to have a child that could obviously combat with this fire. So he was trying to make a child that can use both fire and ice. Obviously, was it Toa? I think I pronounced his name right. Is it Toa? I'd say Dabi or just Dabi or Toa, whatever his name is. I repeat it because he gonna use fire. I think the other two. I don't think they even show what those other two, his other two siblings could do. I don't think they ever saw what they could do. I know Todoroki's ice and fire because he was the perfect one. I don't think they ever showed what the brother and sister could. I'm assuming they can. I'm assuming the sister can probably do ice, and the brother can. And the brother, what's his name? Natsu. Can they probably do his fire? I assume.
He had Fuyumi and Natsuo. And
Oh,
guess
Natsuo.
what? They didn't live up to the hype that Endeavor wanted. So then he tried one last time.
And got Todoroki.
Had a baby that had both quirks, and that was Shoto. And when Endeavor finally had Shoto, he was so obsessed with him, he just gave up on all of his other kids and told them not
That
to
is
be
crazy.
heroes. I mean, this is straight up told.
Nah, that is crazy though. Imagine being born just to find out your father literally just kept making children until he got the perfect one, and then once he got the perfect one, he said, "Nah, the rest of y'all trash."
In the nicest way possible. Listen here, son. Not gonna lie, gang, you ain't got what it takes. You can't be a hero. You can't be better than All Might. Just give up.
Yo, look at this child, bro. Man, this is a
Gang, you ain't got what it takes.
look at this child. He's saying this to a child, by the way. He's saying this to a child. That is crazy. I don't know. I don't blame this man Toya for becoming a villain, because this man Endeavor created this villain. Yo, this man, like I said, he might have redemption. Like I said before, he did have his redemption moment. I think by far, I don't know who's else on this list. I think by far Endeavor is probably like the only father that has redeeming qualities. But at the end of the day, he redeemed himself, but like what he did in the beginning, that you still gotta look at that. That's crazy though.
You can't be a hero. You can't be better than All Might. Just give up. And this was the start of this family just breaking apart. Because after Endeavor told Toya this, he straight up tried to swing.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he tried to kill Todoroki.
So after Toya tried to swing on his baby brother, Endeavor straight up told his wife, keep Shoto away from the other kids and don't let Toya out of your sight. So this is when he just started to neglect his other kids. And the only kid he cared about was Shoto, because he was his perfect creation. So he put Todoroki through some hellish training. Like he was beating this little nigga's ass. And when his mother came in to try to stop him, he just hip slapped him.
Oh my God.
His kid. And this wasn't even the last time he hit his wife. Because one day Toya came back to his dad and told him, oh my God, Pops, I've been training right. And not gonna lie, gang, I think I understand it now. You should come watch me, Dad, please. And when Endeavor heard Toya was training again, he went to his wife.
I feel bad for it. This family went through it at the beginning. I feel bad for it. I feel bad for Todoroki's family. They went through so much damage. I'm gonna lie. The fact that the wife, I forgot. Did I know the wife? Did the wife forgave him? Endeavor? Not gonna lie. Nah, I forget if the wife forgave Endeavor for what she did. Like this family went through hell and back.
And slapped the shit out of her right in front of his kids and started yelling at her and cussing her out. And this was the start of Todoroki's mom's mental health just declining.
Yeah.
Every time she looked at her kids, she saw
It reminded her of Endeavor.
This led to Todoroki's mom throwing boiling.
Yeah, because Todoroki. Yeah, because bro, the abuse she suffered, and every time she looked at one of her children, it reminded her of Endeavor. And when Todoroki, she gave this man Todoroki the Zuko scar.
Water on Todoroki's face, giving him the Zuko scar because she straight up snapped and tweaked out because she couldn't even see her kids the same. Her mind was broken. So he straight up threw her in a mental insane asylum. And then since he completely neglected Toya, Toya went up in the woods thinking his dad was coming. And when he realized he wasn't, his emotions took over and his flames became out of control. And it ended up starting a goddamn California forest fire. Man's burnt down the whole forest and Endeavor thought his son was dead. Just for all for one, to find his son who was burnt to a crisp.
Jesus Christ.
Super max super villain. Nigga turned him into a D1 tweaker. So yeah, this man Endeavor mentally and physically abused his entire family and pushed them to their breaking points. All because he wanted to
all because he hated this man. All Might wanted to surpass him. He did all this to his family, by the way. That is crazy. Wanted to pass one guy out of the way. One guy. And traumatized his entire family. Made one of your sons go evil. Made your wife crazy. And made your son get a Zuko scar. I'm really surprised his family. I'm really surprised his family even forgave him for what he did.
Endeavor is not the only father that we're covering today. That was a firebender and caused their son to get half their face burnt off. Because now it's time for our honorable mention.
Fire Lord Ozai. Fire Lord Ozai.
Known damn well. If I'm making a video about bad fathers, this man Ozai will make the cut every single time.
Yeah.
Ozai is just flat out one of the worst fathers in fiction. This
man didn't he banish? Yeah, because he did his children the worst. Didn't he banish his son? I think yeah, because then he ban yo. Then he because then he I don't remember because then he banned Zuko and then like he did a Zula dirty. I feel like the reason why Zula went crazy was mainly due to Ozai. I believe. I don't know. It's been a minute since I watched Avatar, so I'm pretty sure like the reason why she was crazy is because of Ozai.
Man is a actual evil narcissistic psychopath. And the way he treated his kids, whoa boy. There was a reason Zuko was a depressed dickhead and Azula was a psychopath. It all goes back to their father. So first, let's start off with Zuko. And we have to dive all the way into the comics for this. Now, the whole family was having dinner, right? And Azula was talking about how she set her firebenders teacher.
My boy was doing his research. This man went into the comics for this.
His pants on fire. So Ozai, of course, was glazing Azula because she was clearly his favorite child. And he was straight up enabling Azula's bad behavior.
Yeah, pretty much. If you didn't know, yeah, pretty much. When it comes to this family, I'm pretty sure like they have favorites. Like Ozai's favorite was Azula because she was a prodigy. And I forgot what was the mother's name. I forgot her name, but like Zuko's her favorite. Didn't he say that? Didn't he told Zuko? I think it was just in the They think this was in the comics, the Avatar comics. That he told Zuko that you were lucky to be even born. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he's told his Zuko that you are lucky to be even born.
Talking like, your teacher sounds like a fool. I'll have him sent back to the colonies. So Zuko chimed in and said, he's not a dummy. He just thinks that proper firebending has to start. Ozai cut Zuko off and he is pissed. And he says something that a father should never say to their child. He told Zuko, Zuko, how dare you lecture your sister on firebending? You know, little nigga, let me let you in on a little secret. When you were born, we weren't sure if you were a bender at all. You didn't have that spark in your eyes. I planned to cast you from this palace. How embarrassing for a prince of the Fire Nation to have a non-bender as a firstborn. Lucky for you, little nigga. Your mother.
Oh yeah, here it is right here. This is what he says here. Lucky for you, your mother and the fire sages plead with me to give you a chance. Azula, on the other hand, never needed that kind of luck. She was born lucky. You are lucky to be born. And look at this man, Zuko's face. Bro, if your father told that to you, that your sister was born lucky, and told you you were lucky to be born. Wait, who was born first, Zuko or Azulo? Isn't Zuko? Wait, isn't Zuko? Wait, did he say that? Wait, is Zuko older than wait? We said when you were born, we were sure you were Bender, for Prince of the Fire Nation to. Oh wait, as his firstborn. Wait, so is Zuko born first? I forget who was born first. Is Zuko older than Azula? Well, yeah, I think about it. Because weren't they about the same age? I forgot. I forgot who was born first. I think was it Zuko born first, but that's crazy though.
Sages pleaded with me to give you a chance. Azula, on the other hand, never needed that kind of luck. She was born lucky.
You were lucky to be born. That is crazy.
His child at the dinner table, bro. He basically told Zuko that he ain't shit, and you were lucky that I felt like blowing your mama's back out to make you. But it just keeps on getting worse from here, bro. Because the next awful thing he did to Zuko was, of course, the Agni Kai. So this all started in a war meeting. So this one general came up with a plan that would have an entire division of new Fire Nation recruits be used as bait to distract the Earth Kingdom's forces so a better division could attack from the rear. Now, obviously, this plan is terrible because they're literally throwing new recruits.
Yeah, this is where Zuko has spoke up
and said that this plan was straight garbage, and you're sacrificing and betraying loyal soldiers of the Fire Nation. And when he said this, all the generals just stopped and looked at this nigga because Zuko spoke out of line when he wasn't supposed to. So Ozai saw this as disrespect to the general, and the only way to settle this was an Agni Kai. So Zuko thought that he was going to be dueling the general. But when Zuko turned around and saw his opponent,
it was his father.
It wasn't the general. It was Ozai. Because Ozai thought that it was disrespectful to him because Zuko ran his mouth in his war chambers. So Zuko was pleading to his dad like, Dad, please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it as disrespect. But Ozai was like, stand and fight, Prince Zuko. Don't be a bitch. Stand up and fight for your honor. So Zuko refused to fight Ozai, and Ozai proceeded to burn half of
Yo, Mission's craziest too is that, bro, all these people like Iroh, literally the only person that felt sad for Zuko. Everyone else just said, you know what? Yeah, he deserves that for talking. Everyone else, look at this, look at this. I forgot what's the name. Look at the smirk. Azula smirking. Everybody was just looking and said, yeah, he deserved. Everyone said like, yeah, he deserved it for speaking out of turn to a general. Mind you now, this is crazy. Everybody but Iroh felt sorry for Zuko. Look at this girl Azula smirking.
his face off in front of a live crowd. And then after he gave Zuko his scar, he banished
Yeah, he
him.
banished him.
Forced him to have this ugly as a bald ponytail that nobody should ever be forced to have, and told him, don't come back till you find the Avatar, who has been missing for over 112 years.
Yeah, this man Ozai did not want Zuko to return because this man Ozai did not want this man Zuko to return at all.
Ozai was basically telling him, don't ever come back, little nigga. And the only way
Yeah,
you're
pretty
coming
much.
back is if by the grace of God you get lucky to find a little bald nigga that has been frozen for over a century. Now let's move on to Azula. Ozai made Azula do all of his dirty work. This man just sat on his throne the entire series and sent his 14-year-old daughter to take over the entire Earth Kingdom while he just sat there and didn't do
Why
shit.
is he aura
Then
farming?
he took Azula's plan for Sozin's comment that
Couldn't think of it. Yeah, now I think about it. Now that I really think about it, Ozai didn't couldn't think of it. When did we actually see him? I think the only time we saw him fight was when he fought Aang. No, because I think didn't he fight Zuko when him and Zuko finally met? Not finally meet. Met for a second time since because I think that's the last time Zuko saw his father when he was a kid and he banished him. But they met. I think they met. No, I think they met when he came back to the Fire Nation. Then they met again when it was was taking over the Fire Nation. This is the last time. I think didn't he fight Zuko? Yeah, I think he did fight Zuko. 'Cause then Zuko redirect lightning at him, and then he fought Aang. I think that's the only time we saw him like actually fight. I don't think he really did anything. Yeah, he was just sending Azula to do all his dirty work. He really didn't really do anything besides fight Aang and Zuko.
she made
And we all know how that turned out.
and straight up left her out of it. Nigga said, you can stay here and be Fire Lord while I go burn the world. And
Crazy.
when he left his daughter to be Fire Lord, she went off the deep end and spiraled into madness while this nigga was having the time of his life burning the entire world. Ozai, without a doubt, is one of the worst fathers of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, we can all agree that Firelight Ozai, one of the worst dads in history, with what he did to his children. Man, you know it's bad when you literally tell your child that your sister was born lucky. You was born to be even born. No, sorry, you was lucky to be born. What was this, Rasa? But I don't know what this is.
The fourth Kazekage
Oh,
is easily the
Gaara's
worst
father.
dad in the Naruto series, and is just flat out one of the worst dads in anime history. This motherfucker ain't shit. He had Gaara living one of the worst childhoods of all time. Nigga had his son depressed 24/7. It made him start his emo phase at the age of 6. Like, there was no wonder Gaara was an uncontrollable D1 crash out in the first part of Naruto. It's because his dad ain't shit, and he tried to make him a weapon of mass destruction as a baby. You see, Rasa did some shit. You see, the Hidden Saiyan was struggling financially. These niggas were broke, and they were in
Dang, how
desperate
poor
need for
were
a
they?
weapon of mass destruction. So Rasa ended up conceiving Gaara for the sole purpose of sealing the one-tailed beast inside of
Dang, they was that poor that he God damn, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, brain. That he chose to make his son the first tail Jinchuriki.
his unborn child, so he could make him a Jinchuriki and weaponize him. Now, since Rasa tried to seal a tailed beast inside of his unborn child, this ended up leading up to Gaara's mother dying in childbirth. So off the rip,
Oh,
not
that's how
even a
Gaara's
day
mom
into
died?
the world, Gaara was made
God
a
dang, he
weapon
was
of
small.
mass destruction and lost his mother fresh out the womb because of his father. The little nigga was set up for a life of hell, and Rasa knew this shit. I mean, Gaara couldn't even sleep because Shikaku was always whispering to him,
Yeah, literally like Gaara. That's one thing about, yeah, this man Gaara literally could not sleep because if he were to go to sleep, this man Shikaku would literally take over his body. This man literally had to stay awake every 24/7 because if he were to sleep, that Shikaku would just take over and destroy the village. Literally, bro, literally, I don't think Gaara even know what sleep was.
little nigga, fall asleep, I dare you. The moment you go night-night, I'm taking over your body and I'm blowing this bitch up. Do it, little nigga, I dare you. And of course, since he was a Jinchuriki, just like Naruto, everybody in the village was scared of him and stayed away from him. And Rasa let it happen. He didn't do shit about it. He just let them ostracize his son. And bro, he did not let
Crazy.
Gaara have fun at all. This man was the no fun police. He would play outside with Temari and Kankuro, right? And they were just doing normal things. They were just building sand castles and shit and just having a blast. But then here came Mr. My Son Can't Have No Happiness. His bum ass didn't even say a word to him. All he did was look at Temari and Kankuro and shake his head. No, stop playing with that nigga, even though he's your little brother. Get away from that freak. So Rasa didn't even allow Gaara to play with his siblings. He just straight up neglected them and wanted.
Were they biological? Oh, they were. I know they're always around Gaara. I didn't know they were. I thought they're just like his friends. They did. Are they like biological siblings or just like biological or like somehow related to him? I know they was always around Gaara and Naruto. I didn't know they were siblings. I get because it kind of happens in anime to relate. Maybe they're like like I guess step, not step. Yeah, I guess that'd be step. Would that be no? That wouldn't be step. Would that be no? Like foster, like they're like foster kids, I guess. I don't know. Adopted. So I would say adopted. Trying to say adopted. It's like adopted, and then like he saw them as brothers and sister. Because I feel like you guys, those are the only two people that Gaara always kept around because I guess he saw them at well, obviously that was like his only family he had.
Them to be alone 24/7. But you see, the absolute worst thing Rasa ever did to Gaara was making the only person that cared about him try to kill him. You see, Gaara had a
Oh
great relationship
yeah,
with Yashimaru. He was his caretaker and also his uncle, and he deeply cared about Gaara. He was the only person that showed him any type of love in his life. So guess
yeah.
what this nigga Rasa did? He told Yashimaru, yo twin, I want to test my 6-year-old son to see if he'll crash out or not. So do me a favor and go try to assassinate that little nigga. And also tell that little nigga that his mother never loved him. I want to see if he'll go berserk. And
Yo, what is wrong with you? Yo, these anime dads be going crazy. You telling me? You telling? I guess that should be his brother-in-law. You telling your brother-in-law to do all this to your son? Jesus Christ!
if he does, he's a failure of a Jinchuriki. So this nigga sent Gaara's uncle to try to assassinate him. So when Yashimaru pulled up on Gaara, he had on a mask covering up his identity. So Gaara didn't know who it was. So Gaara immediately grabbed him and crushed him like a bug.
Dang.
So after Gaara swatted him like a fly, he went over to his body and saw that it was Yashimaru. And Gaara was sick to his stomach because he basically just murdered the only.
Wait, is this supposed to be his father? White? I just wait.
And Gaara was sick.
Is this supposed to be his father watching him? Watching them? Is this supposed to be his eye watching
To
them?
his stomach because he basically just murdered the only person that cared about him, and the only person that cared about him just tried to assassinate him. And with Yashimaru's last breath of life, he has to lie and tell Gaara because Rasa's watching this shit.
Oh my, bro can't tell him the truth because his father's watching him. Yo, this man, this dad, yo, I'm gonna lie. His dad's a jerk.
I was ordered to kill you by your father. And deep in my heart, I always hated you, Gaara. And you know who also hated you? Yo mama, nigga.
Yeah, I see why Gar
So
crashed out.
Shikaku took over and Gara ended up going berserk. And Rasa watching this the whole time is like, looks like the child is a failure. My son is fucking useless to me now. Like, you dumbass nigga. Bro really expected a 6-year-old to somehow control his emotions and not go berserk after his uncle.
Yeah, I don't know what you were expecting. He's sick. I don't know what you was expecting. You thought a 6-year-old could control a tail beast at the age of 6? And he just heard that his mother did not love him? And then the one person that he did love and adore, you had him try to kill him and lie to him.
Who came and tried to assassinate him, then told him in his dying breath that he always hated him and his mama hated him too. Like, nigga, how did you expect anything different? The 4th Kazekage was a brain-dead idiot. And I ain't gonna lie, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but shouts out Orochimaru for sliming this nigga out. It is the most noble deed he did in the entire series, because Rasa had to go. This motherfucker wasn't shit. Now, when it
Judge
comes to who's the
Vinsmoke.
biggest sack of shit in One Piece, obviously you know you got your celestial dragons and everything. But right under them,
Look at this Judge.
this
Oh,
motherfucking
Sanji's
Judge.
dad.
This man had Sanji living in hell, all because he was a normal human being. You
'Cause he
see,
was born
Judge
different.
wanted all of his kids to be perfect weapons for Germa 66, and he went to the lengths of genetically altering his kids to the point where they would lack any type of sympathy. He wanted them to be emotionless weapons because Judge was a warmonger who
Niggas, didn't Sanji's mom like took a potion or drunk a potion to like to try to make one of her child's normal, and then Sanji was like the only one to become normal. The rest weren't. The rest were like super powered, super soldiers.
terrorized the North Blue and wanted to conquer all of it to restore the Germa Empire to its rightful glory. Now, Sanji was the oddball of the family. Because
Yeah.
he actually had emotions and was just a regular human because of his mother. Because when she was pregnant, she took a drug to try
Yeah.
to stop the genetic mutation that Judge was trying to do to their kids. Now, this made her bedridden and she ended up dying because of this. And it
Dang.
only worked for Sanji. His other 3 brothers was some emotionless dickheads because of the genetic mutation. So Judge put all of his kids through intense training. And
Okay, I guess technically kind of work on the sister because the sister she actually did care about Sanji. So I guess technically you can say technically you could say he worked on it. It was like half and half because I think you think out of all of his siblings, I think the sister was the only one that actually still cared about Sanji.
during this training, Sanji always fell behind. So when Sanji was basically failing every single training exercise, Judge became
Didn't he put him in a
disgusted
prison?
with Sanji. He was so disgusted with this little nigga that he would let his other brothers beat the shit out of him. And he wouldn't do
Jesus
anything about it.
Christ.
Sanji would cry for his dad's help. But Judge would just look at him and tell him, man, little nigga, if you don't get your ass up, quit being a crybaby and bitch. I can't believe you got my blood in you. You fucking disgrace.
Hey, he said all this, but look at my boy Sanji now. My boy is part of the Straw Hat crew. Isn't he like the third? Isn't he like the because the ranking? Because isn't the ranking what Luffy, Zoro, Jinbei, and Sanji? Because I don't like. Isn't Sanji in fourth strongest on the crew? Like Sanji is he like the 4th strongest on the crew behind Jinbei? Because isn't Jinbei like the 3rd strongest on the crew?
And his brothers continued to beat the shit out of him. They would do this every
Jesus
day, and Judge would just let
Christ.
it happen because he didn't care about Sanji. The only kids he cared about were his sister and his brothers. And my God, when Judge figured out that Sanji's hobby was cooking, ooh, this nigga did not like this shit at all. Sanji was making food for a mouse, right? And the mouse was tearing that food up. But then Judge barged in the room and just started yelling at him like, Sanji, are you cooking for them ass rats again, boy? I thought I told you to cut that weak ass shit out. So he walked over to the plate of food and threw that shit out the window, along with Mickey Mouse. He killed that nigga. Then
Oh
he
my,
told him, "Don't
oh
ever
my
cook
God.
again. And if I catch your little ass in that kitchen one more time, I'ma whoop your ass." So it got to the point that Sanji just continued to fail at everything. And Judge just decided to consider Sanji a failure. So this man did one of the worst things I've ever seen. Judge
Yo, this man Sanji really had that tragic backstory. Oh my God.
decided to fake Sanji's death, and he threw him in a
What?
dungeon and locked a metal helmet on his head and just locked him up forever.
Excuse
so he never
me,
had to see
he
him
did
again. And he
what?
stayed in this cell for 6 months. And while he was in this prison cell, his brothers would go in there and just beat the crap
Oh my.
out of him for no reason at all.
God dang, I see why Sanji hates it. I see why Sanji hates his brothers. Jesus Christ.
He would just do this for fun. So this got so brutal that his sister couldn't take it anymore. So she just broke him out so Sanji could run away. Now when Sanji was trying to make his great escape, Judge found him trying to leave. So Sanji stood up to Judge and told him, "I'm leaving, old nigga, and there's nothing you can do to stop me." And Judge just looked at him and said, "Okay, don't hit your head out the door, little nigga."
Dang.
I don't care what you do, I'm gonna be real with you. But before we part ways, let me tell you this. Never tell anybody that you are my son, because you are the only stain on my legacy. So Judge let Sanji run away because he couldn't give a damn about him. And Judge didn't see Sanji again for 13 whole
That is crazy though. Bro just let him leave. Bro say, I don't care. You're not my child. Bro say, okay, you can leave. I disowned you.
years. And the next time he saw him, he tried to use Sanji to marry him off to one of Big Mom's daughters.
Oh,
Bro didn't see his son for 13 years, and
yeah.
the first thing he tried to do was use him for a diplomatic marriage. And to make sure he couldn't leave, he put these handcuffs on him. And if he ever tried to take them off, he would blow his hands off so Sanji could never cook again. So after the whole cake arc and the Straw Hats rescue Sanji, while the Straw Hats were leaving, Judge saw Sanji on the Sunny. And the last thing he wanted Sanji to hear before he left was, "Sanji, I just want you to know something before you leave. You still ain't shit, and you'll never be shit." Not gonna lie, gang, if your pops was talking to you like this after...
What makes it worse that didn't Sanji save them? If I'm not mistaken, didn't Sanji save his entire family in that whole in that arc, and he still says this? This is crazy, brother. That's crazy.
years of abuse and neglectment, ain't gonna lie, you might have to slime that nigga because that's insane. Judge rightfully earned his reputation as one of the worst fathers in anime.
Oh, oh yeah, his name is Shou Tucker. I thought it was Tom Tucker.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Here we
Ladies and
go.
gentlemen, we've reached the final father we will be
Oh, it's the
covering
final
today.
one?
And this motherfucker
Oh, it's the final one. Oh, I thought he would include. Well, what did well, I guess well, technically Toji did sell his son to the Zenin clan. I guess it was that worthy enough to be on his list because he did sell his son to the Zenin clan. What else did he do? Was that? I think that was it. I think all he did was Megami was just to sell him off to the Zenin clan. I think that was it. I guess that was enough to make the list. Shao. I guess that wasn't enough to make the list. Yeah, I guess that wasn't enough to put him on the list. But dang. But yeah, Shao Tucker. I knew he had to be on this list. I always thought it was Tom. So I was saying his name wrong because I thought it was Tom Tucker. It was Shao Tucker. But yeah, if you seen Full Metal, this guy deserved the death penalty for what he did to his daughter. Cause oh my God, if you watch Full Metal, you know this guy. If this man deserves the death penalty, bro, he belongs in hell for what he did to his daughter.
Tucker is arguably the top one worst father in anime history. In my
I
personal
would
opinion,
agree.
He's the worst. Now, if you've never seen Full Metal Alchemist and you don't know who this nigga is, I'm warning you right now. This shit is about to get dark.
It is going to be dark. Hey, people who hasn't seen Full Metal Brotherhood, this is going to get very dark.
So, Shou Tucker was a state alchemist that was known for his work about chimeras. And Shou famously got his state alchemist license for making a chimera that could speak the human language. And he did this 2 years ago. So when we first meet Shou, he just looks like an average run-of-the-mill middle-aged dad who's had a
Yeah, you see first, like you first see this man. Oh, he's like he's a nice guy, middle aged man with a loving daughter and a nice dog.
couple of midlife crises, as we can see clearly from his hairline, because that shit's receding like a motherfucker. But Shou had a daughter named Nina and a dog named Alexander. And they looked like
I forgot the dog had a name.
Now the house was nasty as hell.
Yeah.
The dishes look like they ain't been washed in a week, and the shelves look like they haven't been dusted in ages. And Shou says the reason why the house is like this is because his wife left him and his daughter, and she left them 2 years ago.
Interesting.
Shou the first day, when they were leaving, Shou was informed that assessment day was coming up. And assessment day is an evaluation to see if you can keep your state alchemist license or not. And last assessment day, Shou laid an egg. That nigga failed. So this next one coming up was make or break for Shou. Because if he did ass on this next test, he would lose his state alchemist license. So the next day Ed and Al came over. They came and played with Nina and Alexander. Because Nina was sad because her dad was locked up in the lab the whole day. Because he was contemplating what could he possibly do to pass the next evaluation day and not get fired. So Shou came up with one of the most sick, vile,
Yes, the most sickening plan I have ever seen a father do to their children. This, bro. When I saw this when I was watching Full Metal for the first time and I saw this, I said, bro. Especially when you find out that the first chimera he ever made was his wife. Like the first chimera he ever made was his wife, and I believe because I think it died. I think it died, and then he made, and then bro turns his own child and dog and combined them together. Sickening.
disturbing ideas ever. When Ed and Al left on the second day, this nigga told Nina, "Hey Nina, I've got a great idea. Do you want to play with Daddy tomorrow?" And of course Nina was happy because she was finally gonna get time to spend time with her dad.
Yeah, I feel bad for
But
Nina.
this was not gonna be fun father-daughter time like Nina thought she was about to
Yeah.
have. Because the time she was about to spend with her father was about to change her life forever. So Ed and Al come back on the third day. So when they first came in the house, nobody was there to greet them. So they decided to look around to see if they could find anybody. So they went down to the laboratory and they found Shou in there with some type of creature. So Shou greets them and tells them, "Boys, I
Yeah, this already
done it."
it's already creepy. If you see a grown man in the dark, that's already creepy. You see a middle-aged grown man in the dark, that's already creepy.
I've made a chimera that can speak and understand the human language. So at first, Ed and Al were happy for him because this looked like the scientific breakthrough that Shou needed to pass evaluation day. So
But wait, there's more.
Shou told the chimera to introduce yourself to Ed. So the chimera started speaking to Ed, saying, "That person, Edward. That person, Edward." And then the last thing the chimera says made niggas sick to their stomach. It said, "Big brother Ed." And
look at this man's face.
Shou. Look at how he is standing. Bro doesn't even.
Bro knew what he
right now.
did.
It's so real. So then to make sure Ed wasn't tripping, he asked Shou, "When did you get your state alchemist license?" And Shou says, 2 years ago. Then Ed asked him another question.
When did your wife disappear?
And Shou states,
2 years ago.
Let's see. That was about 2 years ago as well. So then Ed asked him one final question. He asked, "Where the fuck are Nina and Alexander?" And he tells him, "Oh, can't you tell? They're in this room with us right now."
Oh my goodness!
Yep.
And it all clicked from there. This
Bro turned his daughter and dog into a chimera.
nigga made Nina and Alexander do the fusion dance and turned them into motherfucking dog, nigga. And guess what? The wife, yeah, she ain't leave, nigga. Shou
Yeah.
turned her into a chimera 2 years.
Yeah, this is the turn her into a chimera too. And I believe I believe she died. I believe she died. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she died.
Ago. That's how we got a state alchemist license. So Ed slammed Shou on the wall, and Shou didn't even feel bad about it. This crazy bastard was all smiles and was just saying, "Oh, this is just human evolution. This is progress." So Ed starts.
Bro was a
beating
sick
this
human
nigga's
being.
ass. He punched bro for about 30 seconds straight, and he was going to kill him. And I ain't gonna lie, he should have killed the nigga right
I wish he died.
here. But Al stopped him because Nina Xander was still watching him the whole time. And she was telling him, "Big brother Abder, why are you beating up daddy?" So Ed stopped because it was just too much, bro.
Yo, that gotta hurt though. Watching the little girl who saw you and Alphon as a big brother. That is crazy. Like knowing that she will never come back because she's permanently fused with the dog. Knowing that she will never come back. That yo, and this man did not care. This man did not care one bit. Bro had no regret putting his little daughter and fusing. He had no regret fusing his daughter with a dog just to keep, just to. Bro was sickening. Bro was I think by far he's the worst. He's the worst on this list by far.
And this pathetic bastard Shou was so delusional after getting his ass whooped. Bro was saying, "I did it. I made it in time to keep my alchemist license." Dude didn't even care about
Bro did not care about his daughter. Bro all he cared about was his alchemy license. That is crazy.
his daughter or the sick ass shit that he just did. All he cared about was
his
keeping
his
status
alchemist
as
as
a
an
state
alchemist.
So obviously they arrest this sick ass nigga and put his bitch ass on house arrest. And while he was locked up in his house, Scar broke in. So he walked up to Shou and did
Oh
what
yeah.
needed to be done. He grabbed this
And he
ugly ass
killed
nigga
him.
by the face and electrocuted him, sending his ass to the bottomless pits of hell. And then after he boomed Shou, Scar just decided the best thing for Nina was
To put her down.
So he kills the fusion of Nina Xander. So yeah, man, this man Shou is a sick nigga. He turned his wife into a chimera, then made his daughter and the dog do the fusion dance. Like, there was a reason this man is universally agreed upon as the worst father in anime history.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a showcase of some of the worst dads in anime history. And if you're wondering, but CJ, what about all these other horrible, deadbeat, sick-ass niggas? Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about what's it? Even Gillian?
I got you. I got a whole nother 6-man lineup ready to fire off. So if y'all
Isn't he Haichi? Oh, Yujiro? Dang, I didn't realize we didn't even see Yujiro in this. Oh, it looks like Gus from Berserker. Oh.
down, we'll run this back after like the next trial or something. But with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. And for all my dads and future dads out there, keep doing what you doing and don't be like these niggas.
Hey, WCJ video, man. Man, like, hey, these animes you having be having these dads in these animes, man. They're terrible, man. Man, yeah, like I said before, man, WCJ video. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, comment down below your most hated anime dad. Me, it will always be this guy, Shou Tucker, for what he did to his daughter and wife. And you guys have any other reaction requests? You guys, okay, blah, blah, blah. You guys have any reaction requests? Make sure to put it in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.